We have a druid and a thief, and Jenny, you're going with
Immolator.
immolator.
Burn, baby, burn.
Then I'll play a barbarian.
Excellent. I haven't had a barbarian in these yet.
Well, you do now.
All right, that is step one, choosing a class, which both of you have done. Now, you may have a choice of race. Looks like you only have outsider as your option for the barbarian.
Mhm.
And immolator.
All right, so I'm going to go with human because when I make camp with a large open flame, I regain all of my hit points.
Oh, cool. And you do still have a choice for the barbarian, I believe. It's outsider, but you can be elf, dwarf, halfling, or human. But you and your people are not from around here.
I'll keep it simple and go with human.
I think everybody's been human so far. Wacky. Now you may choose a name. Up at the top of the sheet, there's a list of suggested names. You could go with those or make something else up. And for barbarian, it's got blank the blank or some kind of descriptive last name.
Oh, I love this. The recommendations for my name as a human. There are some that call me Timothy.
Nice.
I'm going to take it. Timothy it is.
I'm going to be Gorm the Mirthful.
Gorm the Mirthful and Timothy.
Timothy Burns.
Timothy Burns.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns. Okay. Now choose look. So under name, you'll see it'll have like 3 or 4 options where you pick like one choice for each. So for barbarian, it's body, eyes, decoration, and clothes. And then just circle the ones you want and then let us know what you have chosen.
I've gone with long shanks for body. We're going to go haunted eyes. I'm unmarred in a scavenger's outfit.
Excellent.
Sounds kind of sexy.
And Timothy?
Okay, Timothy. Okay, so I'm going to go with, let's see here. I'm going to go with strange. My body is covered in strange brands.
Like Coke?
Yeah, it's all NASCAR sponsorships. Strange brands.
Fine, okay.
No.
All off brands, Sorny and Magnet Box and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
This flame brought to you by
Fago.
Exactly. I mean, it's, Timothy's got a background in advertising. So there you go.
That's why he wants to burn it all down.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he also has wild eyes and a crackling voice and some barely hidden rage in his demeanor.
Okay, now you will assign your attribute scores. You've got strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. All pretty familiar there. So you've got those 6, and over those it says assign these scores to your stats. So one of them will be 16, that'll be your best one, 15, 13, 12, 9, and 8. And you see the roll modifier there. So you'll write in the circle the big number, and then by the word the plus or minus. And just looking at your starting moves, for Timothy, intelligence. Oh, no, wait, there's plus constitution or wisdom. So those are probably, you want at least one of those to be pretty good.
What,
and
constitution or wisdom?
Yeah. And barbarian, strength probably.
And con.
Yeah.
Right? Everything else is a dump. You know what? I'm going to be a little bit on the charismatic side. Because everybody loves an adorable barbarian.
More of a people barbarian, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Just let me know what your best and worst are for now, and I'll take your word for the rest.
My worst is charisma.
Mm-hmm.
And my best is wisdom.
Excellent. And Cam?
So my best will be strength, and my worst is going to be intelligence.
Excellent. And the way this works is a lot like Monster of the Week. The die rolls are always 2d6 plus your attribute modifier. 2 through 6 is a failure, but you get to mark experience. 7 through 9 is success, but some kind of negative condition along with it. 10 through 12 is generally full success or an extreme success of some sort. Hit points. Your maximum hit point is equal to your class base hit points, which it should say, up top there. So there's like armor and then hit points. So it'll say a number plus your constitution, and that's your constitution score, not the plus or minus. So if you put 12 into your constitution, it'll be 12 points plus 8 for the barbarian.
Okay, I got it. What about armor? We don't have any, do we?
Not yet. Now, you may have choices for starting move. You start with anything that is X'd, and in some cases, you'll have a choice. So for Barbarian, you choose full plate and packing steel, so armor doesn't make you clumsy if you wear it, or unencumbered, unharmed. So you get +1 armor if you're not armored and carrying a shield.
I think I'm a little Conan. I think I'm going to take unencumbered.
And then you have a choice under Herculean appetite. So pursuing one of your appetites, if you roll for move, blah, you roll. It's a little funky, but pick one of those things, one of those 6 things below it as your Herculean appetite.
Pure destruction.
Of course. For immolator, it looks like all of them are checked. So you get those starting moves and choice to make.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
So those are all available to you.
Oh, good.
For the first session, I might prompt you like, oh, you have blank. That might be helpful. Now we choose alignment, which is up and to the right. And the thing below it says a thing that can give you an extra experience point.
Oh, I like chaotic. I'll do that. Because
Okay. You're fitting very well so far, but everybody's picked chaos so far.
It's the future. It's a growth industry.
Yep.
Gosh, what could the barbarian be?
Yeah, definitely chaotic.
Okay, that was an easy choice. So your special thing is eschew a convention of the civilized world, and that can get you an extra experience point from time to time at the end of sessions. Then gear choices. So we go, this will be on your second page here. Second page off to the left, you'll see starting gear. Some of you just have, so I'm going on barbarian here. You have dungeon rations, you have a dagger, some token of where you've traveled or where you're from. You can think of that if you want. You have a choice of weapon, axe or two-handed sword. All weapons do the same damage, except two-handed sword does +1 damage, I guess, but it's heavier. And then you have a choice for barbarian of adventuring gear and more dungeon rations or chainmail, which you don't want because you picked the unarmored one.
No.
And then Jenny, I'm scrolling down with you here. Okay. You carry no weapons and need no armor, but the flames that burn within you. You begin with a symbol of your sacrifices past. Describe it. So you can come up with that. Adventuring gear you also have, and that is just, you have 5 uses, and whenever you need something dungeony, like I need rope or I need flint and tinder or whatever, you just check that off.
Very cool.
You have a healing potion, and then 2 choices.
All right, I'll take the dungeon rations, and I will take a healing potion.
Okay. And that is it. So each of you give us a quick summary of your character. And if you've come up with your token along the way, let us know. If not, that's not urgent.
Yeah, so I'm Gorm the Mirthful, a barbarian from a tribe far to the north. It's pretty much straight up Conan here.
Okay.
I don't know what's necessarily brought me in right now besides thirst for adventure.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get bonds in just a moment.
Oh, wonderful.
Audience. You need audience.
And introduce yourself, Timothy.
All right, my name is Timothy Burns. I have a background in advertising. My body is covered in strange brands, which are not NASCAR brands. Okay. Right, so Timothy Burns, he is a chaotic, wild-eyed kind of fellow. He is balding. He wears a robe. He's got a kind of a crackling voice, and he looks like he's on the verge of exploding at any second. And he's a rather volatile person to be around, which is not really, I guess, what you'd want from an immolator. Anyway, my token is from my past sacrifices, or symbol from my past sacrifices is I have a melted lump of brass in the shape of a...
Okay. All right. Now we need some more bonds. So if you look over to the right of your first page, there's bonds. Fill in at least one with the name of a companion. So remember, we have Gorm, the barbarian, Timothy, the immolator, Tommy, the thief, and Harold, the druid. Pick one of those with the names of one of those 3 companions and fill in their name there. So like immolator, blank has felt the hellish touch of fire. Now they know my strength, or one of the other 2 there. Barbarian has some interesting ones too. And how about Column and Damon? You can pick one more bond for one of our 2 new characters.
Oh, it's just
one bond or one for each?
Just one. Yeah, you don't have to have a bond with each person. So why don't you just add
I've
one?
already picked 2.
Okay. You've already got a... Oh, that's fine. Fuck it.
I have Gorm has my back when things go wrong, and Timothy knows incriminating details about me.
Excellent.
Tommy, Tingle Fingers, has felt the hellish touch of fire, so now they know my strength.
Excellent. You've learned your lesson, Tommy. Cam, do you have a bond for someone?
Yeah, I think Tommy is puny and foolish, but amusing to me. And
I can live with that.
I think Timmy's ways are strange and confusing.
Very fair. And Damon, did you add a bond?
Yeah, I have a bond for Gorm the Mirthful. Smells more like prey than a hunter.
Ooh.
And I went ahead and gave one for Jenny too. I have shown him a secret right of the land.
Oh.
Cool. All right, yeah, Jenny, you go ahead and do another one then.
I cast something in the fire for Harold, and I still owe him his due.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
That hamburger, I remember.
Yeah.
I have
I
not
know,
forgotten.
That's right. I think that means I cast a possession of yours into the fire as a sacrifice.
Yeah, that hamburger that I was
And
enjoying.
and you were really pissed. You were basically really pissed about it. So now I owe you another hamburger or something.
And that is when I showed you a secret right of the land, if you catch my meaning.
Yeah, this is all sounding very plausible. I like this.
I will remind you that it's Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
Gladly repay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Today.
Okay, so since we're going to pick up with the dungeon they left off. So Harold and Tommy went into this old hillside dungeon entrance, made their way past a trap. They went to the room, looked at the room to the south, and saw that creature there and decided not to engage with it.
I fucking love that art, though. That is a fantastic creature.
And I'll remind everybody.
Like a tentacle spaghetti faced.
Yeah. I'll remind everybody that I drew that.
Yeah.
And everything.
No,
I want to kill that tonight.
Yeah. That is not an Umber Hulk.
And to the west, they went in and found two bodies with axes in their heads laying on stone plinths of some sort.
Ooh.
Investigating more closely, the bodies got up and attacked them. There was a bitter pitched battle.
Yep.
Our heroes won. They looted what turned out to be little grave goods, things underneath, and each picked up a jeweled torque and then retreated to the forest to heal up their wounds. And you two, I'll say, you guys had planned to meet here to loot the dungeon, or what you believe to be a dungeon with a treasure map. And now the two of you have come along just in time because these two are worried that if they went back in, things might get even more intense along the way. Do you guys want to go back to the room you left off in and pick up from there?
I will defer to my companion.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you get a sense that if there's good stuff, it's probably going to be a little further on. So in this room, there are the two plinths there. There are two badly destroyed axe head corpses. The western wall, a lot of it is crumbled. Part of it at the southwest, revealing like a rubble-strewn corridor, as though someone had, after the initial building of this, tried to dig their way through it. There had been signs of an earthquake, possibly, or some kind of fault line erupting earlier along the way. To the south is a double door, a very large double door, almost floor to ceiling, heavy, stout wood. There's back the way you came from, and then there's that other double door that you suspect just leads around to the room you passed up earlier.
The one with the not Umber Hulk in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly so.
I'm willing to bet that delicious things lie beyond the big doors.
Okay. I'd like to. Can I take a moment to use my trap expert starting move and survey the area to the west there with the crumbling stuff, crumbling rubble, and just survey that for traps, etc., or just
Absolutely.
Dangers.
Yeah. So Column is using one of his starting moves as a thief to check for traps.
Mhm.
So it's going to be 2d6 plus, I believe, your dexterity.
My dexterity, which is I have a 16 dexterity, so it's a +2. So I am rolling, and that is a 6 + 2 is an 8.
An 8. So you get to hold 1. Spend your hold as you walk through the area to ask these questions. Is there a trap here? And if so, what activates it? What does the trap do when activated? What else is hidden here? So it sounded like you were leaning toward, is there a trap here?
Yeah, that would be my main one.
So yeah, you survey it. You've got torches again, I believe.
Yep.
There's no actual thing set up as a trap, but for all intents and purposes, the rubble is crumbling, stacked unevenly. There is some danger in making your way through it that a bad move will knock a rock loose and bring rubble down, rolling into you from the walls.
Okay, so with that information, I assume that we could proceed safely westwards at this point if we tried.
It would take some cautious making your way through, but yes,
Okay.
it's doable.
Okay, I
That's
just
good.
wanted to have that knowledge so we
Sure.
have our
Yeah, yeah.
options here. Okay, I'm done.
And for new players, you've got the moves on your character sheet, right? And those are unique to you. But there are also general moves.
Right,
If you
I
go to
did get
page
those.
2 of the book, they're there. Often you could just say what you're doing, like, I'm going to attack the creature, and I'll say, that's an attack, that's a hack and slash move, which is a roll plus strength. Or I'm going to shoot them with a bow. That's a volley move plus dex.
Okay.
But common ones also are discern realities, where you're trying to figure out something about the situation you're in. That's plus wisdom, and you get to ask from a set of questions if you're successful. And spout lore is sort of like a general knowledge one, roll plus intelligence. Defend is using constitution and defending another person or place or thing. And then defy danger is kind of a catch-all. Those are the main ones you would use. Parley, I don't know, there's going to be a lot of social activity here, but that's the basic moves in a nutshell.
Okay. All right. So the outcome of what was the outcome of columns?
Column sees that the path is unstable and potentially treacherous, but with advanced lookout, you could probably make your way through slowly and carefully.
I'm still massively eager to go to the doors.
I'd say doors. Yeah.
Okay, these are a set of stout, locked doors. Some of the doors you've seen here are like wedged shut, perhaps because of earthquake. These are not, but they are stout, thick, and apparently locked with a key lock.
That's got a job for a thief.
Hey, Tommy.
Sorry,
Colin
guys.
gets all the action this
I
time.
don't let me do it again. Okay, I shall use my starting move, Tricks of the Trade. When I pick locks or pockets or disable traps, I roll dex again. So I am looking for 2d6 plus 2. And that is an 8. That is a 10.
Okay. You successfully pick the lock, and actually you realize that there was a trap, not one that was going to harm you, but if you had triggered it, it would have actually put bolts down into the floor and locked the door even tighter if you had triggered it. But you open it, and with a push, in surprisingly good shape, the door is able to swing slowly open, revealing the room behind it.
Whoa, ho, ho.
The doors swing open, revealing the room in the shape you see going to the south and to the west, and then a raised platform with two. Now, you guys have seen those statues of what you've sort of vaguely recognized as old, no longer worshipped gods.
Yeah.
There's two more of those marked by stars on that platform, but then kind of behind and between them is a statue that I drew.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
It is a horrific, obviously diabolical looking creature gazing down on you from the platform in statue
Somebody's played their
form.
Warhammer 40K. Anybody's played 40K, this looks a lot like the pestilent demon thing.
It's
Whose
very
name
cool.
I now can't remember.
Otherwise, the room appears to be empty. So it's obviously laid out like a temple, right? Gather in here to worship something on that platform. This is it seems like a safe guess, but it's not laid out with pews or anything. There aren't lots of like goods or candles or anything like that. It's just pretty much a wide open room dominated by that platform and the foul statue.
I'm not terribly intelligent. I'll wander in.
Okay.
I mean, I think we go in, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, and I also go leap into danger without a plan, so I also go in.
Okay. And remember, you guys can use basic moves to try to assess information or your special moves. So, like, just to lay out things you could do, you could try to spout lore to see if you recognize this particular good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to try, was just discerning some realities. And
Okay. So that's going to be a roll plus wisdom. So 2d6 plus whatever your wisdom modifier is.
wisdom modifier would be 2, because that's my highest attribute.
Oh, nice. Play into your strengths. 11. Okay. So now, if you go to the Discern Realities,
Yep.
I will answer these questions 3. You can pick 3 questions from Discern Realities.
Right.
Not all of them always match up perfectly with the situation, but
Okay. All right. So here's my first one. What here is useful or valuable to me?
okay. That's a fine question. You don't see, I mean, you guys are here for treasure, I think, mainly. You don't see any obvious signs of places that could store treasure, but to the west of the room, just north of the platform, you see the stone in the wall is of a different hue, a different color in a vaguely door-shaped outline.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. All right.
That's one of your 3.
Okay. Next one is what here is not what it appears to be?
You find the statue very disquieting and strangely lifelike. If it's made of stone, it's not any stone that's present in this place.
Uh-oh.
You've got your eye on this thing.
What is about to happen?
Your gut tells you, and this is your you're kind of like picturing flames and gathering wisdom from it. You don't think this is a dead temple. You think there are defenses here, probably that will challenge you if you proceed further. That's vague, but I'm telling you, in the rules, you get +1 forward, meaning on your next roll, using any of that information, you get a +1 in your roll.
Cool.
I would like to share all of that information with the rest of my.
I would tell Tim that that's strange and confusing.
You are strange and off-putting, Timothy.
Yes.
Okay, you guys make your way into the room after Timothy gives that brief analysis of what he, as best as he can make out. Stepping in, actually, sorry, I omitted one bit of valuable to you. The godlike statues to the right and left, you saw a glint of your torchlight from their eyes, like something shiny.
Oh, gems and jewels.
Mm. So is there
Ooh.
those doors to the east of us? Are they
Ballpark, you guys have a pretty good sense of space. That's the room leading back to that creature that was hanging out. Yeah.
But what is dividing those 2 rooms doorways?
Very similar stout doors, like the ones you just
Okay.
came through. Yeah.
What do you think, Harold?
Well, let's pry those gems out.
Okay.
And damn the
Oh.
consequences.
And I go up to one of the statues with my dagger to look at the eye gems.
Okay. As you go up, they seem, not like super valuable diamonds, but they are at the very least semi-precious stones worth something. As you set to work, you feel like a brief wave of nausea coming from the direction of the horrible pestilence demon-looking statue. And then a strange glow in the room behind you. And the rest of you see popping up, emerging from nowhere in the room, one of these.
Ooh.
Jellyfish.
Only really big. It is floating about 8 feet off the ground, and the tentacles crackle with strange energy.
Oh, holy crap.
No one could have predicted this would happen.
Also, Barbarian, you see a faint glow, a sickly glow from the statue itself.
I look at the statue and I cry out, "I challenge thee."
Okay. And are you using one of your moves now?
I am using what are you waiting for? When you cry out a challenge to your enemies, roll plus con.
All right. So roll 2d6 plus your con bonus.
+2. That's a 2, so I don't think anything happens, but let me just read here.
Oh, no, it's a 7.
No, it's a 7.
Oh, 7. On a 10 plus. They treat you as the most obvious threat to be dealt damage. On a 7 to 9, only a few, the weakest or most foolhardy among them, fall prey to my taunting.
No.
Okay, I'll give you some success on that.
Okay.
So he makes his barbaric roar and cries out a challenge. You were directing it at the statue, or just
I was
sort of
directing it at the statue.
Okay.
So I don't know how that, if the whole room, I mean, I'm saying it loud enough for the whole room to hear.
Sure. Yeah, so you are facing the statue. The rest of you see the floating tentacle creature with surprising speed bolt toward Gorm, as though to hit him from behind. I think, Druid, you're probably closest at this point. What do you do?
You know what? I'm just going to put myself between the jellyfish and Gorm, who smells more like prey than a hunter,
True, very true.
and use my spear and kill the damn thing.
So that sounds like you were just trying to get in between and hack and slash.
Hack and slash.
All right, so that is 2d6 plus your strength bonus. An
8.
8. Okay, so hack and slash, you get to deal damage and you have a choice. You do successfully interpose yourself and it hits you, or you get there too late and stab it as it zaps poor defenseless Gorm.
Oh, I like the latter much better. That way I don't get hurt.
Okay, so you roll damage, and so for damage, every player sheet has just your damage roll.
Yep.
Generally, it's going to be that damage, whichever weapon you're using.
Oh, do I add strength to that, or is that just it?
Just damage.
All right, well, it's 2 then.
Okay, 2 points of damage to the tentacle creature, which is now dealing damage to Gorm. Okay, Gorm, that's 4 points of damage,
Ouch.
less your 1 sort of built-in armor.
Okay.
So 3, but you feel a shock go through you as it hits you, and please roll your constitution to see if that causes additional problems.
Okay, give me 2 seconds here.
Harold did everything he could to
Yeah.
stop this from happening, except actually get in the way.
Okay. It's a 7 again.
7. Okay, so you are lightly stunned. So you're going to mark actually on your character sheet temporarily. Oh, I think shaky. So where you see by dexterity where it says shaky -1.
Yeah.
So you're going to have -1 on dexterity rolls for the duration.
Okay.
Timothy, the immolator. So
Yes.
the creature now zapped Gorm in the back and is going to, it seems like it's going to try to give him a big hug with the rest of its tentacles now, while it also tries to flash 1 at this fool who just stabbed it in the side. You also see now, and all of you smell like a smell of rot and decay emanating from the statue. What are you going to do, Timothy?
Well, I would like to utilize my burning brand
Yeah, you would.
and conjure a weapon of pure flame. Now, this is a little bit of a convoluted process, so I may need you to walk a little bit.
Sure. We'll start with the Constitution roll. So 2d6 plus your Constitution bonus, if any. A 9. Okay. So you successfully conjure a weapon of pure flame. You can roll, if you attack with it, hack and slash, or you could throw it. You can use your intelligence instead of your strength and dexterity if that's helpful. But you can now use it 3 times for attacks. And there's a list there. You can use it as a hand-to-hand weapon,
Mm-hmm.
thrown near range.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it do +1 damage.
Mhm.
Or remove it's touch distance now. Okay. So hand range, thrown makes it throwable. +1 damage just means you do +1 damage with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can remove the dangerous tag because you are playing with fire now.
Okay, so it says on the 7 to 9 roll, I can choose 1.
One of those 4, correct.
One of those 4. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it.
So you can use it as a thrown weapon. Excellent. And you
Yes.
can use it up to 3 times now. You've just got 3 uses before it goes away.
Okay, but that's done because I'm creating this weapon, correct?
That's right.
Okay, great. So that's what I've done.
Okay.
I got a flamethrower ready to
Hell yeah.
thing.
All right. And Timothy the thief now, both of your buddies are getting ready to get slapped by some tentacle action here. And the disease statue just seems more lifelike by the moment. What are you going to do?
Oh, wow.
Well, Harold and I are buds, but Gorm has my back when things go wrong, so I've got to have Gorm's back here. And I am going to I am going to attack the tentacle creature with a volley. I'm going to use my ragged bow. I still have 2 arrows left, so I am going to loose an arrow upon this thing. So that is a roll plus my dex, and that is +2. Let me see how we do. And that is a 8. That is a 10.
Ooh, very nice. So you just straight up deal damage without any downsides.
Yes, and I have a D8 for damage. 6.
6. Very
damage.
nice. Okay, yeah. So you hit it in the core. I don't know what you
In
call
its
it on a jellyfish type creature.
Tentables.
Yeah. In its nerve system
Yep.
It has nerves?
of it. Just barely missing your buddies Gorm and Harold. Like it flashes in your eyes. It's enough damage that the tentacle that was going toward Harold whizzes just clear of his head,
Yay!
brushing him back a little bit, but for the moment unharmed. You are shocked and awed a little bit, Gorm, but you're able to do something now. You are almost face to face with this pestilence statue, and you see now gathering around its head like a greenish cloud. And of course, you know this tentacle creature is right behind you.
I'm gonna focus on the statue.
Okay.
A nice just overhead axe chop with my sword,
Okay.
which is a strength roll, and do I have I have +1 damage with my sword, but not +1 to
Oh, is it sword or axe? I'm sorry.
sword. It's an
Sword,
axe-like chop over
axe-like chop,
with
sorry.
my sword. Yes, I'm sorry.
Excellent.
Or a sword-like swing with the axe.
It's an axe-like chop with the sword.
Oh.
I know my character, okay?
Is it chop
Fine.
like
Tell me how to
axe
play my
sword?
character.
Is it
Okay.
chop like axe sword?
So 2d6
This could be
plus
handy
2.
here. You have the muscle-bound starting move. While you wield a weapon, it gains the forceful and messy tags.
Mm-hmm. So I forcefully and messily roll 2d6 plus 2 for a 10.
Nice.
Not bad.
Okay, that is a full hit. We didn't name the move. It would be, we're going to use it as hack and slash, even though it's an inanimate object for now. So you straight up, here's the deal. You deal your damage to the enemy and avoid their attack, or at your option, you may choose to do plus 1d6 damage, but expose yourself to harm.
Plus 1d6 damage.
Okay.
There you go.
And so your
that's
standard damage is
1d10
yep.
plus 1d6 for a total of
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
5.
boo.
Oh, that could have been better.
5
and-
after all that. Plus 1 though, because
Plus 1.
that's the bonus
So-
of your
so
sword.
6. Yeah.
And with those tags of forceful and messy, it's disquieting to your primitive barbarian mind. It hits and feels like you're hitting stone, and yet it gives a little bit like flesh for the moment. Your sword connects forcefully and messily, so chips of it fly away, but also some oozing chunks as well.
Wonderful.
Oozing Chunks, I saw them in concert once.
They're my favorite punk band.
And as you swing and follow through and deal huge chunks, the pestilential cloud, I think that's a word, moves forward into your face. You feel it stinging and tingling as you try not to breathe it in. It's going to do some more. It's going to do some damage to you.
Even though I rolled a 10?
You took the extra d6, which exposed you to
No,
harm.
no, on my attack roll.
Right.
Oh,
that's what gave you.
okay.
So
I
that
understand,
gave you
I
the
understand.
option of deal standard damage without taking harm, or to get that extra d6, but expose yourself to harm. But only for 2 points. So you are able to not inhale as it clouds around your face. So that's the good news there.
I Clintoned it.
Exactly. You didn't inhale.
I am bloodied.
Okay. However, as the rest of you see, as he chops into this statue and sends a chunk flying, the tentacle creature goes rigid and then stops and then starts to spin around, its tentacles going ever wider, presenting just a hard to avoid hazard. And you are at ground zero, my friend Druid.
Never heard of it.
Mm.
Okay. So, out of curiosity, like, are these like going horizontal? Like, is there space on the floor or towards the ceiling? Like, where there's gaps?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. You could potentially duck underneath it. Yeah. It would be, I mean, there's room between it and the ceiling too, but that'd be harder to pull off. A good jump, I guess.
well, I mean, I can shapeshift. So,
Ooh.
yeah. I was thinking of turning into, like, maybe a raptor and attacking it from above. Like this
Nice.
cool golden eagle.
Okay.
That
Form
sounds
of
pretty neat.
An eagle.
Form of an eagle, right? Not a bucket of water. To hell with that noise.
Yeah, please don't do that. You got an immolator here.
So, yeah.
Water is terrible.
So,
Okay.
I roll plus wisdom as well.
When you call upon the spirits to change your shape, yep, roll plus wisdom.
A 10.
10. Okay.
Ooh.
On a 10, hold 3. So that
Yeah.
means The GM tells you one or more moves associated with your new form. So obviously you can fly. I mean, that's not even a move. So we'll say you can make eagle attacks as one would expect an eagle could. And, maybe we come up with something else.
Yep.
Do you want to do that right now?
I do. I want to fly up above this thing and hit its soft head.
Okay. So the two of you see Harold leap up in the air, morph into an eagle, and go for the thing's head.
So this is hack and slash, I'm presuming?
I think so, yeah. Flying
All right.
hack and slash.
Apparently my stats don't really change, so 5.
Ooh.
That's terrible.
It is.
That's
good
not
news.
good.
You get to mark experience.
Oh, yes. I got a lot of that last time.
Sweet hit.
Okay. And what has happened is you burrowed, you flew in and somehow went directly into a soft spot in this thing. And you are, for the moment, trapped inside the amorphous jelly-like substance here.
Oh my
God. It didn't harm you is the good news, but you won't do well here for too long.
I can see it on the Super Friends right now. That's good.
And then, Timothy, you've got a burning flame.
So who's attacking the jellyfish and who's got the statue?
Gorm right now took a big slash out of the statue. Harold is embedded in the jellyfish, and Tommy shot the jellyfish.
And it's between us and the statue, right? The jellyfish?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Am I able to throw my flame towards the statue? Because I don't want to throw it at the jellyfish because I don't want to risk burning Harold.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can make a good throw at that. So it's a volley. That's going to be dex, but because of the burning brand special thing, you have the option of replacing it with your intelligence modifier if that's better.
So that's a 2d6 plus 1.
Excellent.
Yeah, okay.
9. Okay, that is going to do damage. That's a volley and a 9, meaning on a 7 to 9, you choose one. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice. You have to take what you can get, minus D6 to your damage roll. Or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1. So you'd use 2 of your out of your 3.
I'll take the third one.
Okay, so you use 2 of your 3 uses of the brand, but you get to deal damage now. And it's good and flamey.
All right, so 1d6.
D8.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Gorm, you feel a heat go over your shoulder, and this burning brand comes spinning and slices off a chunk of the statue's arms. You groan and roar in pain, and it smells even worse, heated up.
That is strange and confusing to me.
Okay. Now, Tommy, you see your friends are in danger now because, well, you've got Harold turned into an eagle, is embedded in this thing, and the tentacles are getting ever closer to Timothy as well. So they're both going to be subject to damage now. What are you going to do?
I think the statue needs to be the focus of attention here, maybe.
Okay.
So I am going to leap into danger without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And basically try and roll across the floor under this jellyfish thing and get to the statue and apply my serpent's tears poison to that statue.
So it sounds like you're defying danger using dexterity to try to get through without getting tentacled.
I can live with that. You said the magic word, which is dexterity. So we will go with that. So that sounds allowable to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That's what defy danger is there for.
And that is an 8. That is a 10. Sorry, no, 9. 9. I rolled a 7 and I have +2, so 9.
9. Okay. So you roll through, you have a choice. You can get where you want to be and be applying the poison, but take a D6 of damage from tentacles on the way through. Or you can get through undamaged and have to, still have to kind of make a move to get in and get that poison.
I'll take the damage and apply the poison. You say D6? Oh, you're going to roll that. Sorry.
Yeah. So 4 damage for you.
Okay. I apply the serpent's tears, and what that does is anyone dealing damage to the target rolls twice and takes the better result.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Okay, now we've got 2 people in peril with Timothy by the spinning tentacles and an eagle trapped inside the thing. Harold, can you please roll Constitution to see if and how much harm you take while embedded in this thing?
We'll take no harm. Okay, I'm going to take some harm.
Okay, so
5.
You don't breathe a lot as an eagle, but you do take some damage stuck inside this thing. Oof, 5.
Oh my goodness.
Jenny, Timothy is through that brand and focus the attention there, but the tentacles are whipping around you. How would you want to avoid that danger? Like dancing away from it or bracing yourself or what? Doing an elaborate jump rope routine?
I think the elaborate jump rope routine
Okay.
sounds pretty sweet.
So you can roll dexterity to try to avoid danger and hopefully do better than Damon just did.
Okay, so that would be a 2d6 with no modifier.
Does that failure roll mean I get some experience again?
It does, yes.
Wow, I'm almost level 2.
Oh,
11.
Just fail it upwards.
so you threw your burning brand and then just did like an elaborate, like when, in those movies where they do that elaborate dance through the electric eye beams during the heist. That's you and the tentacles here.
I'm freaking Matrix. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
The statue is in horrific shape. The tentacle creature has clearly taken a lot of damage now. However, the statue now, the two of you up by it, Gorm and Tommy, you see the arms start to move and the mouth start to open up. It's got this poison dripping on it now. It's got two big, like one hacked, messy chunk taken out of it and one burning, searing chunk taken out of it. Gorm, you're just like looking this thing eye to eye pretty much.
Today's session is brought to you by the word chunk.
Chunk, chunk, chunk. All right. Yeah, Gorm, this thing is staring you in the face and you feel like a big something is coming out of it. You hear a big intake of breath coming and the rank smell is getting worse and worse by the moment.
Is it going to give you a tongue lashing?
Still not too bright. So instead of the big old overhand chop that we did before, we're gonna instead of vertical, we're gonna do a horizontal.
Nice.
And try to uncapitate it.
Is this going to be more sword-like?
Yes, this will be more sword-like.
Okay, good.
Okay. Hack and slash
I don't need
again.
a roll. Yep.
2d6 plus
2d6 for a 7.
7. Okay. So you hit and deal damage, but you will take a consequence. So first of all, roll your damage, which is your d10, but roll
1d10.
twice because of that poison, and we're going to take the better result. That right, Colin? How it works?
Yes, that is correct.
And that's just 1d10 plus 1, right?
For your sword, correct.
Yep.
So the first roll is a 10.
10, okay. You can still beat that.
Yep. 1d10 plus 1. An 8.
Right.
8. Okay, so
10 plus
damage.
Forceful and messiness.
Yeah, so you do knock, you were trying to decapitate?
Yeah, disincapitate.
Okay. Yeah, so you bring your sword across and you feel like it's less stony now than it has been all along, but actually you feel like you've caught it at a point of vulnerability between statue and full-on demon.
Mm-hmm.
And your sword does draw across it and whip the head off of it. But then bubbling up from the remaining torso, a huge gout of fountain of goo and slime and entrails burst out over you and Tommy. Burning and stinging. Tommy, you have a chance to react. He's kind of ground zero.
Let me see. Well, I don't want to get covered by entrails. They sound too fancy for me.
Ooh, entrails. And remember, you can be led by your moves. You can just describe a thing you want to do, and we'll interpret moves and rolls to fit.
Oh, I just want to backflip out of there.
Okay. You could try to pull Gorm out of the way too, but that's you.
Nah. Of course I'll try and pull Gorm free.
And I am going to say, you're puny and foolish, but your attempt to help me amuses me.
Then I pulled my hand away at the last second.
Fuck you then. Just duck behind him.
No. So
okay. So it's going to be a strength roll, it sounds like.
Oh, no. How did I go from a dexterity to a strength? Damn you, Gorm. You big, lovable chunk. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Okay, that is a 2d6 minus 1.
We're all pulling for you.
And that is a 7. That is a 6.
So that's a fail.
Yeah.
You mark experience.
Yay.
Okay. Here comes a d6 of entrail damage for Gorm. Oh, just 1. Oh. And a d6 for Tommy. A 4.
Okay.
So you guys are pushed back by the wave of grossness into the room. Okay, back in the middle of the room now, Timothy see the tentacle beast start to fade as the statue erupts. And Harold, you feel yourself being pulled along with it. It is starting to go incorporeal, perhaps to another dimension.
Oh,
You're
no.
caught inside as a passenger. Harold, what are you going to try to do here? No, it's more dramatic. Actually, let's have Timothy go first.
Okay.
Timothy has a bond with Harold.
Yeah, you still have a debt to repay.
Yeah, and I owe
that
him.
burger's not going to grill itself.
No, so I'm gonna try to save him.
Okay, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna try to sort of burn around the jellyfish part to make it release.
Okay.
Harold.
Let's see. Gosh, I could see this as a hack and slash. Or okay.
It's a thrown weapon. My burning brand is.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna throw it and try to burn a path for him. I love it.
Your burning brand, is it Applebee's?
Actually, it's Burger King flame broiled.
Okay, so 2d6 plus again your choice of it would usually be Dex, but burning brand lets you substitute intelligence.
I'm going to substitute intelligence. 2d6 plus 1, and also isn't this an aid or interfere?
I think I'm just going to treat this as like a volley attack, but with a specific outcome. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not bad.
Okay, so you go ahead and deal your damage, but more importantly, you made so the partial part of this success is if you'd had a full success, you would have carved off a clear path for him to get out. What does happen instead, but go ahead and roll your D8 damage.
Okay.
Harold, from your perspective, you see a flash of flame cut the outer membrane of this thing, but there's still a path of goo you'd have to get through to get out. And this thing's becoming less corporeal by the moment. And you actually you're partially seeing the room, you're partially seeing this weird dimension with like thousands of these creatures floating in some weird ethereal something.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but just write it out, right? It's just a bad dream. It's just a bad trip, as it were.
Okay. I only did 1 damage. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. So I'm assuming that part of this is because of my size. What if I was just to become a bear?
Okay, you're gonna try to change shape again. Cool.
Yeah, like if I become a huge bear, wouldn't that just pop me out of it?
That seems to make sense.
That makes sense to me.
What do you mean it makes sense? Okay, right. Fair.
Yeah, that seems very logical.
It does. Okay.
So that is a wisdom roll to change shape again.
Yep. 9.
Form of a bear.
Oh, excellent.
Form of a bear.
Okay, so you do convert into a large bear form, and at the last moment before the room fades away, you fall through the substance of the membrane because you're so damn heavy and there's like claws and shit. You fall through and then slam onto the floor as the thing disappears. And so this is a partial success. Let's just say it's for 4 points of damage.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting...
Yeah.
This is painful. This is a
Yeah.
painful
So from the
encounter.
rest of your point of view, it's pretty cool. This thing is disappearing. You guys wipe the entrails from your eyes. You turn, the thing's disappearing with poor Eagle Harold in it. Suddenly he forms into the form of a bear, but is like rolling and is basically like head down and just slams onto his head and flops onto the floor before shaking it off and shaking the tentacle creature goo off.
And shaking the bear form off?
It's up to Harold.
I think I'm still bear form.
Okay.
All right. The tentacle creature is gone. The statue is just deliquescing into a pile of stagnant, vile disease, and it's like trailing down the stairs into the room around you. But the two of you who are covered are able to wipe off the worst of it and not take any further damage therefrom.
The lexicon of this session is...
Yeah. I got to say, I think I only know deliquescing.
Just
Oh, no,
music
wait.
to
I
the
think it's
ears
from an Edgar Allan Poe story.
Yes.
But it might be from The Strange Case of
M. Valdemar.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's exactly why I know that word.
Woo! Yes.
Nerds. All right.
Literary representing.
Rob, you and I will go to trivia night and we will clean the floor.
Nice.
I can't believe all the questions are about Edgar Allan Poe. All right,
You chose deliquesce instead of liquefy. I think that's...
Well, deliquesce sounds grosser.
It's way grosser. Yeah, the connotation is a little bit grosser. I don't deny it.
Deliquesce into putrescent goo.
Okay, so that is all the sample action I have for you. If you want to resume your initial activities, you can pry those semi-precious stones out of the statues.
I mean, yeah, well, I think we earned them.
I think so too.
I would just imagine that Gorm would just,
Yeah.
just climb back up that other statue like nothing had happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yes.
Puzzling interruption.
I would
Go
like
ahead,
to
Jenny.
inquire if Harold has a healing potion.
I have poultices and herbs, so
I
they
will.
work slowly.
I would like to give you one of my healing potions.
Oh, you has a healing potion? Oh yeah, I'll take
I
that.
have 2 of them. Yes, I will take that, and hopefully that will lessen my bond to you.
What does the potion taste like?
Strawberry
Raspberries.
lemonade.
Strawberry lemonade? Okay,
Yeah.
Yep. You are looked upon with approval.
Okay.
How many points do I get back with a healing potion?
I believe it's 10.
10. Oh, well, that puts me. I needed 9, so that's good.
Oh,
All
if
right.
you take extra, you die. Didn't I say that?
Oh, nice, Rob. Nice twist there.
Yeah. Tough world.
In King of Dungeons, if you take
you get
too much,
addicted,
you
yeah.
overdose and you become addicted to it. So
That was my plan all along. No.
Okay. Left in this room now, there is that outline of a hidden door that Jenny had spotted, or that Timothy had spotted on the way in, off to the left.
Yeah, why not have a look-see?
Okay, and that'll give us our full map. It's the wrong kind of attachment. Anyway, all it reveals is a secret room where you guys don't need to open it. It's just actually fairly small, like a glorified closet, basically. In it are a bunch of silken robes, somehow, like this is very dry in here, somehow preserved through the ages. A bunch of well-made silver, like offering type things, trays and plates and goblets that you would think would have some kind of ritual use here, but are made out of silver. And the temple treasury, such as it is, if somebody would roll 4d10 for me, please.
Do it. I've been rolling so well tonight.
Yeah.
We could each roll 1d10. 12.
Well, that's pretty good.
Where's
As in,
that?
that's pretty bad.
That's pretty
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, with what equals 12 gold coins in it.
Oh well, that does divide easily.
Yeah, that's true. So then you've got the robes, the gems, the silver, and a small handful of coins.
So
Nice.
3 gold coins each.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
Okay.
when next you're in civilization, you can try to fence the other various forms of loot. Oh, I guess 4 eyes, so each of you could have a gem if you wanted.
I wrote down semi-precious stone, eye from a statue.
Right,
Okay.
and I should probably have maybe some of the silver plate because I can craft little objects from raw material
Oh, yeah.
with my hand.
I actually think Gorm and Timothy should take the silks and the silverware. We've already looted our jeweled torques so far. So, what do you reckon, Harold?
If Timothy has use for the silver, that's fine by me.
Okay, I'll take silver.
And you'll take the silks?
Yeah, sure.
Hey,
Okay. We have reached end of session. First of all, if in the first couple sessions, this probably doesn't come up, but if you feel like you've resolved a bond, completely explored it, no longer relevant or otherwise, you can let me know.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Harold, are we square?
Yeah, I'll call it square. You took my hamburger, but you did
Okay.
kind of give me my life back. So yeah, that's
Excellent.
relatively
Okay.
even.
So you ask the player if you agree that the bond is resolved. If they do, you mark an XP for Timothy.
Okay.
And then next time you can come up with a new bond with someone.
Oh, so did I start at 0 XP? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Just 1.
So that's 1 so far. Then everybody look at the line that's under your alignment. If you feel that you met that this time, that's another opportunity to gain an XP.
I feel I did. I leapt into danger without a plan.
Yeah, yours is too easy, relatively, but that's fine.
Destroy a symbol of
You-
civilization.
you-
I don't know that we really did that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I didn't really spread a dangerous new idea. I just spread fire.
True.
You try leaping at demonic dick statues,
Intestine.
intestine statues, before you say it's too easy.
All right. And then we've got 3 questions, and these are for everybody as a group. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
That
There's another dimension.
There's another dimension, yeah.
Yeah, and also like the existence of weird demonic statues that come to life. I think that counts for 1, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
So everybody gets an XP for that. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yes.
I think absolutely. Yeah, between the combo of the two, especially the statue and the servant. Did we loot a memorable treasure?
No, because
I
somebody
mean, I'm going to
withdrew.
remember these eyes.
Yeah, I think those eyes are kind of cool.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately they are semi-precious stones.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
These
no.
eyes.
So
Are
that
grand.
got
if it had been like magical or
yeah.
super unusual, but I'm not really sure we claim that one.
So that's 2 more experience points for everybody between those 2 questions. To level up, you need your current experience level plus 7 XP. So
Yeah.
to go from level 1 to level 2 would cost 8.
I've got 9.
Oh, I have 8, so I can go to level 2.
Cool.
Yep. So Damon and I get to choose advanced moves. I'm changing my con from 12 to 13, which gives me +1 on my con now.
That bumps up a hit point, by the way, when you do Constitution. And so you went from 12 to 13. Yeah, that moves it to a +1. Going from 15 to 16 gives you +2.
Wow.
Do that. I'll take my con up to 16 for a +2.
Okay.
And that gives me a bonus hit point as well, you're saying.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Sounds good.
And that is our very brief intro adventure part 2.
That was
Or
fun.
part 1 for
That
some
was
of
a
us.
lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I like the rules are just like Monster of the Week, like
Mhm.
super quick and easy and not a lot of like checking modifiers and stuff, which is fun.
Again, yeah, that's fun. I like this game a lot.
It'll be fun,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is great. I like the fact that it's quick. There's lots of
It's,
combat.
it's so quick. It's but the
Mhm.
combat in it is brutal. I mean, I'm down to 10 hit points here. So
Oh yeah, except I should have had you share the potion with the
I
Harold.
gotta be careful. I gotta be careful next time. So
Yeah. Well, and we can decide if and when we play this again, like, are we literally pick up where we left off, where you guys make camp, or are we gonna like fast forward time and bring you back at full hit points and stuff?
Mhm.
yeah, good stuff. And now we've also got we have a party. All we need to do is get Brent in.
Yeah. So,
Maybe.
but how about if this is one that we can play with any group and not have to hold it for everybody to be
Oh
there?
yeah,
So
exactly.
if it's
Yeah.
like
That's
2 of
fine.
y'all, then
This
it's
should
2
be
of
a
fine.
y'all.
drop in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's nice
I
to have
think
one of those in our pockets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we've shown, we demonstrated last week that it plays really well with just
Mhm.
even a party at 2. So
Yeah.
it's to play well at all numbers. So yeah, it's good stuff. I like
All
this
right.
one.
Well, cool. Thanks, everybody. Glad we got
Thanks.
a good
That was
sized group
fun.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thanks.
Cool.
I'm going to bow
All right.
out. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep,
Yeah,
have a good
night.
week.